Hello, welcome to video number 11 about my P38 grades and upgrades. This time I'm going to talk about how I deal with changing tires and rims when I'm going off-road. For this I will show you some of the Morocco's landscape and how it is demanding for the tires of the car when going off-road. The tires can give up, blow up, and damage rims and tires. I also will show you how I use my HiLift to change the tires and braking bead using the HiLift. I will also show you how I do my wheel calibration with the device that I bought. And by the end of the video, you can see how you can do a simple test of the viscous coupling when you are mounting your wheel on the car. Driving in Morocco is really nice. You have so many types of landscape and tracks. You can drive by the sea. You can drive in endless rocky tracks. Sometimes you can see what lays ahead, but frequently you don't, and you have surprises. Sometimes you have fast and soft tracks with plenty of curves to the right and to the left, and the lack of visibility may be a problem because you may encounter traffic coming towards you. Going fast on this type of tracks, I think, is not a good idea. Another type of tracks is when there is no track. You can drive almost anywhere. Sometimes you have marks of tires of other cars, but sometimes you don't. Of course, camels, it's part of the scenery in Morocco, and you can see some of them around. Mountain tracks, you can find it also. Rocky tracks going uphill or downhill, and this is very hard for your tires. Sometimes it seems you are like on Mars. Rocks everywhere, plains, very plain or very rocky. Another type of track is when a mix of rocks and sand. It's very difficult to set your tires straight because you are on sand and suddenly you are on rocks, and this can damage your tires very quickly. It's very nice to drive on those dry lakes for large minutes, maybe hours. And of course, you can find sand tracks and dunes everywhere, and this is also very nice to drive. It has a different danger for your car and for the tires. You need to set the pressure of tires accordingly, and usually you need to down the pressure, and sometimes you need to calibrate a little bit more or a bit less of pressure to be good for driving in the dunes. Sometimes you get stuck and you need to be unstuck. Sometimes you help others to get unstuck. That's also part of the fun. And some other times others help you get unstuck, and this is also part of the fun. So now getting in the main theme of this video, talking about changing tires and rims. It's easy to understand that we can easily damage tires and rims. I will try to show you how I use my HiLift even without anchor points on my car, using an accessory on the rim and on the HiLift. I can apply easily the HiLift on the rim. Then I use a stand jack to put under the car, under the axle. So I just need to lift up a little bit of the car, and then it's easy to get the car down to replace the wheel. By the time I'm doing this video, I have already another update to my P38. I have now TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system, that tells me the pressure that I have on my tires. But maybe this is a theme for another video. I also have a new wrench, and a wireless electric wrench to tighten and to the nuts or untighten the nuts of the wheel. So this is my kit to replace the wheels on Range Rover P38. I removed the original jack by the HiLift jack. To go off-road is better, because it's difficult to put the hydraulic jack under the car if you are stuck on sand or mud or something. But the problem is it's difficult to apply the HiLift jack on the Range Rover. You need to have some points for the HiLift. So I bought this accessory that is on the tip of the HiLift to lift it on the wheel. For that I also need a stand jack. I lift the wheel, put the stand, and then go down. It's also better because if you lift on the wheel, the car just lifts a little bit, it's already done to take out the wheel. If you apply the HiLift jack on the car, you need to lift it a bit more, because the axle will go down, the suspension will go down. You need to lift it much more. I also made this accessory, this board here, because this accessory makes some force on the tire and the rim, and so this is better. I also replaced the key to take the nuts out, because the original one, if the nuts are too tight, the original one I can't take out the nuts. So with this other and the tube that I use the original tube to lift the jack. This tube is coming with the car. So we use the wrench to untight, to get the nuts a bit loosened, just a bit. Nowadays I use an electric wireless wrench, but you can use also the manual wrench. Then I applied the HiLift. That board prevents damaging the rim, and it gives a nice fit to the tire. Then I put the stand and the axle. And this is the result of a trip to Morocco. All the rims are warped and bent, and now I have also an update on my suspension. The shock absorbers are now differently on my P38, maybe another theme for another video. But on this trip it was a bit harsh on the tires and on the rims. So this is how I use the HiLift to break the bead on the tire, separating the tire from the rim. And even if you are off-road anywhere, it's easier to separate the tire from the rim. Then I use regular lever wrenches to take the tire out. I'm not expert on this. I have done this just a few times. But I just practiced a bit and made this film, because if I have the need to do it somewhere off-road, on somewhere where I don't know I'm not familiar with the place, so I can manage myself. It's not very professional, sorry for that, but it works. And so I just decided to show you how I did it. It gets better with practice, I guess. But after taking the tire off and then setting the new rim on the tire, I'll just clean it with air gun, see if the tire has any damage from the previous driving. Then I put the rim using water with soap. Don't use oil, because oil will damage the rubber of the tire. Water and soap is always the best. And when the tire is in, okay, first one side, then the other. I never had the need to do this on the desert or in some place remote, but if I have the need, I can do it. That's the plan. So sometimes you don't have a mechanic nearby to do the job for you. And if you are prepared and if you have the experience at least one time in your life, it won't be very difficult. So after the tire is set on the rim, we need to inflate it. And you need to be careful because the tire needs to be carefully very well joined on the rim, all around the rim, for be better, a good smooth driving on the road. Otherwise it will be bumpy and you don't want that. And after the tire is with pressure, it's always good to pressure up above the pressure you want. If you want 2 bar, maybe you can put some bar at 3 bar or something, and then you pressure down. I bought this accessory. I just have it at home. I don't travel with it with me, but it has a bubble there, an air bubble, that it's good to be on the middle of that black circle. It means that it's on the center, is calibrated. Then you set the tire down, set on the rim, and in this video, there was no need to put weights, because the tire was perfectly calibrated. You can see the air bubble is right on the middle, but if it wasn't, maybe you should put some weights. Now the final test, if you have your car brake on and brake, and then on neutral, when you are tying the tire, you are giving the first tighten of the nut. I usually do this test. I'm just making a slight tight on the nut, and I'll check if the wheel spins. If the wheel spins, not freely, but with some difficulty, making some force, it means that the viscous coupling is working okay. If the wheel doesn't turn, you have a problem on the viscous coupling. And this is it. With this practice with the HiLift, I feel more confident to change your wheel or change your rim everywhere if needed. So that's it. I hope this video is useful for you. Please let me know in the comments, and please consider subscribing. Hope to see you on the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.